Welcome everyone to the Academy for Business and Technology. We would like to welcome all of the families, all of the children that are going to be starting kindergarten in the fall 2020. We know it's going to look a little bit different, but we want to take this time to be able to share with you guys what kindergarten looks like at the Academy for Business and Technology. So to start off, we know that kindergarten is a learning experience. It is where they grow so much from the beginning to the end of the school year. And for us, it is important for the kids to know that it is okay where they can make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. So kindergarten is a learning process, and we are excited to see their growth. So to start off, we would like to start with introductions. My name is Alberta Galarza, and I am the school leader at the Academy for Business and Technology. This will be my third year as a leader. And we also have two wonderful kindergarten teachers that are going to be with us today. I would like to start off with Miss Diskin. This will be her second year in kindergarten. She has been at ABT for 3 years, and we're very excited to have her. She is definitely making a difference in the lives of our children. She moved here from a different state to be able to work with our children. So we're very excited to have her. We also have Mrs. Raka, who has been with us since ABT started in 2003. So she's been with us for about 17 years, which is awesome. She's definitely a pillar at our school and is also making a big difference with our students. So we're very excited to have these two wonderful teachers. Now I am actually going to have Mrs. Raka start off with giving us an introduction of our curriculum and a little bit about our school as well.
Hi everybody, I'm Suzanne Raka, and like Mrs. Galarza said, I am one of the kindergarten teachers here at ABT. ABT was founded in 2003. We are located in Dearborn, and we offer education for those in grades K through 5. In this building, actually, we also have a building in Melvindale that services grades 6 through 12. At ABT Elementary, it is a very small school. We are only 2 classrooms per grade, so it is a family environment, which makes it kind of nice around here. The kids get to know each other, and the staff gets to know all the kids. At ABT, we follow the Common Core state standards for math and English language arts. Our curriculum uses a combination of different programs to offer students different ways to learn, multiple ways to learn. Auditory, sensory, kinesthetic, hands-on, those types of things. One of the pieces in our curriculum is called RLAC. RLAC is a phonics program that teaches children letters, sounds, but also how we put them together to make words, blending, segmenting, that sort of thing. We also use a program called ReadWorks, and ReadWorks offers a variety of literature, informational text, fiction, nonfiction, and passages even, to teach the students the needed skills to become lifelong readers. Systematic reading is a program that we use that helps students learn the necessary sight words to become good readers and writers. For math, we use Eureka Math, and this is a hands-on approach to teaching math skills as well as problem solving. Mystery Science is a video-based program that inspires kids just to love science. It exposes the students to scientific inquiry. They're able to ask questions, conduct experiments, and use a lot of hands-on engaging activities. For social studies, this is where we use the Michigan Open Book Project. And this, for most of these kids, this is their first exposure to the content that they're going to be learning in social studies. For kindergarten, that means we are learning about ourselves, our family, and how we treat each other, how to become good citizens.
Hi there, this is Miss Diskin. I'm going to be talking a little bit about how our day starts out at ABT here in kindergarten. We start our morning with a nutritious breakfast, and then we have our morning meeting calendar time, which includes all sorts of life skills. During our calendar time, we teach about how time progresses through the different weeks and months, and then we make weather observations. And then our morning is pretty much a block of time dedicated to English language arts, where we have phonemic awareness, reading, writing, listening, and speaking. We also have small group activities that we'll do. So Mrs. Rocca already mentioned a little bit about our phonics and our RLAC program, but we like to use the balance of whole language and phonics. The whole language is memorizing sight words, and our phonics is sounding words out. So we believe that it's important for our students to have both of those in conjunction with one another to learn how to read and to provide a really literacy-rich environment so that they can derive meaning from text and also create their own throughout the time as they become good readers. We next focus on reading and speaking and listening, and it is very critical for kindergartners to be developing these skills in communicating their own ideas in ways that can contribute to the whole group, and also be able to communicate the differences and opinions. So we focus on this in each and every interaction, but there's also a block of time in our morning that is dedicated to these skills. As with everything else, kindergarten is definitely a foundational year for writing. Students learn how to construct letters and words and sentences at the kindergarten level. So some of the expectations are listed on this slide, where they should be able to write their first and last name, write all of their letters and their numbers, and write words phonetically and spell simple sight words. By the end of the year, our students are writing 1 to 2 sentences to either answer a question or describe something that they have drawn on their own. We have a 45-minute block of tier time and center time throughout our day. And in the morning, this is targeted instruction for skills that the students need individually. It consists of different rotations where students engage with manipulatives and they work towards a goal, and they practice essential skills and become confident learners in that process. During this tier time, we have some amazing push-in interventionists, and these are highly qualified people who come in and help with students, so that students are seeing at least me, the teacher, and the push-in interventionist once a week. So they are meeting with an adult at least twice a week to meet their specific needs and to support their learning as an individual. We also have a very strong ESL and or ELF for our English language learners. We have a strong ESL pull-out team that daily gives our English language learners a space to meet the needs that they have to support their learning in all areas of school and all of their education. These ladies are incredibly dedicated, and we're super lucky to have our ESL team.
After our morning reading block is finished, the kids will have a lunch period. The lunch for kindergarten is typically around 11 o'clock in the morning. So once we get back from lunch, our afternoon is dedicated to pretty much math, science, and social studies. They're special to fill out the rest of their day. So after lunch, our students are engaged in math activities. This can be direct math lessons, followed by hands-on practice with centers, small group activities, whole group practice, and interventions for our struggling students. With math, they're using numbers, counting, overall good number sense. We'll also have a recess time and rounding out our day with music. As you can see in the pictures, our math is hands-on. We are getting the kids touching things, moving things around. This is creating a good sense of numbers. They are using these numbers, we're counting, and just developing very strong base number sense, both in 2D and 3D shapes. Those are activities that kindergarten will be focusing on. We are also working on basic addition and subtraction. It is important for the kids to have a beginning number sense when they come to kindergarten, but this is where they practice all of those skills. Technology is playing an integrated part in all of our subject areas, but this is especially true with math. From the beginning of our day with the calendar to the end of the day with music and movement, math and technology are incorporated into little bite-sized pieces that bring real life into our lessons. We also have a literacy lab and math lab. These are specials for the students. We have wonderful teachers that will come and spend their time with the kids, offering them lessons and opportunities to work on desktop computers with a mouse, as well as iPads, Chromebooks, and various other technology-related devices. All of our classrooms have the latest in smart boards, document cameras, and wireless internet. So these teachers are using those types of technology to build the overall sense that the kids are going to need in our global world. This is something that personally I find the kids are better at than I am some days. So they enjoy going into the math lab where we have the desktops or the iPads being pushed into the classroom with a different teacher. Our afternoons also find the students engaging in science and social studies activities. We explore our world, we ask questions, we test those ideas with experiments, and most of all, we are applying teamwork to real life problems. So when the kids have something that they want to explore, or if we're pulling in a new science experiment for the week, the kids are working together on that. And it's interesting to always hear and see how they cooperate together. But that's what we learn and how we grow with teamwork. This happens to be one of my favorite quotes. Tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I learn. It's so true, especially in kindergarten. We have to be able to involve the kids, get them touching things and seeing things in a different way, using all of their senses. And when they do that, this is when they are learning. Not every student learns in the same way, but we all retain information much better when we're using our senses, when we're seeing it, touching it, smelling it, tasting it. Music and movement activities usually finish up our kindergarten day, followed by a final circle to talk about the things that we did, upcoming events, or one final read aloud before packing it up to go home.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about what makes ABT Elementary different. I know that there are lots of options for placing your student in an elementary school, and it's so important to look at all the things that make the schools different. So here at ABT, we have school uniforms for our students, as you saw in the pictures of our cuties. We have an ABT polo shirt, Docker style pants, and students can wear gym shoes or closed-toed shoes with those uniforms. Mrs. Rocca already mentioned we have a very small environment, 12 classrooms from kindergarten through 5th grade is what makes up our student population. And it lends itself to such a great family atmosphere. Most students and teachers know most everybody's faces, if not names, in the building, and it makes for a really close-knit community. We also have an outstanding ESL and ELL support team, as I mentioned before. They have great rapport with parents and are always available to support our English language learners. We have bathrooms in the kindergarten and first grade classrooms, which are great so that students don't have to be wandering the halls, and they can learn the different etiquette that we have in our bathrooms. We also provide free breakfast and lunch for all students. And there is bus transportation to and from the school. And we also have a latchkey before and after care for our students as well. We offer free tutoring to target select students, and also have the interventionists that are available each day. They're meeting with people. So ABT Elementary is definitely a unique environment, and it's a place that that our students love to be, and a place that our teachers love to be too.
We also offer support services with Spanish, Arabic translators, reading interventionists. There is a speech therapist that comes into our building, as well as occupational therapy. We have a special ed program with special education teachers for both K2 and 3-5, as well as a full-time social worker. Field trips. Field trips are fun, and this year has been so sad since it kind of put an interruption in the middle of our year. But a typical year, kindergarten will be visiting the apple orchard, and when we went this year, it was just amazing. They are picking pumpkins. They're learning about different plants and how they grow, and how some things grow on trees and some things grow on the ground. The spring trip, which the kids are so sad that they've missed, is a trip to the farm. And for our city kids, this is, for most of them, a chance to really see where things come from, and how do we milk a cow, and how do we shear a sheep. So those are some activities that the kids really learn and grow from in our annual field trip experiences.
Some of our special events that we have at ABT are our March is Reading Month. And in February, we host a Black History program at the end of our month-long unstudying special African American history facts and people, notable achievements. And then we also have a Halloween party, which we like to do up big in kindergarten with, as you can see here, a piñata and lots of candy, of course. And then we offer a holiday concert as well for all of our students, where we can prepare for the holidays.
Some of you might be wondering, what can I do to get my student ready for kindergarten? There are so many things that our kindergartners will be learning over the course of the year. And while these are not required, this is a very good place to start. Sitting quietly and listening to a story. It's so vital that parents are reading to their kids. The children need to hear fluent readers, and this becomes their basis for becoming fluent readers themselves. So having your child sit quietly, listening to a story for the entire length of a book is a really good thing to start on right now. Recognizing their letters, both capital and lowercase, from A to Z, while this is a wonderful thing, and boy, when they come to us already knowing all of their letters, this is a very big plus. If you can start with the letters in their name, that would be wonderful. Also recognizing their numbers from 1 to 10. Basic shapes. Those are some of the things that when the kids come to us, it's one less thing that we need to teach, and we can do more with the practice. Vocabulary words, making sure that your child is talking telling you about items around the house, in the neighborhood, when you go to the store. They need to be using those vocabulary words. A very big, important skill that we need our children to already know how to do when they come to kindergarten is use the bathroom independently, making sure that they know they need to flush the toilet and wash their hands before exiting our bathroom. As Ms. Diskin said, we have bathrooms in our classroom, which makes our lives just 100% better, and it is a very big plus in my eyes. One of the things that we notice children coming to kindergarten have very little use of a computer mouse. They're using touch screens all the time, whether it's on an iPad or a phone, and so their knowledge of computer mice is very limited. And so if there is any way you can practice at home before coming to kindergarten, this really makes our jobs a lot easier, and the kids don't have that frustration of using a mouse when they first come to school. Sharing and taking turns and cleaning up after themselves. In your homes, boy, sharing with a sibling, sometimes that's not always the easiest thing to do. But we need kids to be practicing that, taking turns, playing a game with the family and waiting their turn patiently. Cleaning up after themselves. Are they putting their dishes in the sink after eating? Are they cleaning up their mess, wiping crumbs from the table, putting away their toys? Things like that are wonderful things to work on at home prior to coming to school. Following 1- and 2-step directions. Instead of just giving your child one direction at a time, start giving them 2 or 3 directions and see how far they can go with that. When it comes to writing, let's start putting a pencil in their hands, having them hold the pencil correctly, and practice writing their name, letters, and numbers. Scissors are also a very, helpful skill when they come to kindergarten, and I know that can be a scary thought for moms and dads to put scissors in the hands of their child, but we do talk about what we use scissors for and where we can use scissors and how they're only used on paper. We talk about how we can safely carry them in the classroom. So these are some skills when they come to kindergarten already knowing. It just makes the process a little bit smoother. A very big piece, I think, especially when we talk about our kids that are learning to read and write, is are they asking questions? Are they using those who, what, where, when words to ask a question? And are they answering questions? So when you're reading a book to your child, give them questions that they can answer directly about the text. That is a big help. And when they come to kindergarten, they will be experiencing those things as well. I want to thank you, everybody, for coming to see us at ABT Elementary. I know this isn't the most common way to have a kindergarten roundup, but I hope that you've been able to see a little bit of what we're all about. And if you have any questions, go visit our website. The website is www.abtelementary.com. And it will offer up a whole range of not only photographs, but a lot of the questions you might have. You'll find the answers there. Should you have a question that just you can't find on our website, that's okay. Give us a call. Call our offices, and you'll be able to speak to someone, and they can answer your questions directly.